All right, Troy here from Watershed Fly Shop. We're gonna tie a Rhea Intruder. Very, very cool intruder pattern that is easy to cast, sinks fast, and relatively durable. We put some Lady A in there, so it's not crazy durable, but great fly. Enjoy. All right, here we go. 50D, per the usual. I guess I should say Happy New Year, since it's January 2nd. I hope you have some New Year's resolutions ready to go. We are going to use put the material down now, I can't find it, but we're going to use Opal Mirage, and we're just kind of creating a tag. Don't ask me why. That's what we're doing. We're doing a tag. I saw it on somebody's fly and I thought, that is really stinking cool. I do it on traditionals all the time, but I thought, that's really cool. So just kind of tying on top, and I'm going to tie pretty far down. This is a really large fly. So this Opal Mirage is also extremely awesome. And if you get, the thing is like if I get a steelhead on this and that tag gets messed up, no big deal. I'll just take it off. And with this 50D, that thread's plenty strong just to stay in place, and it's not going to affect your fly. Okay. Just starting a loop for our dubbing ball, which is going to be ice dub chartreuse. Oh, by the way, I heard on my way into work this morning that first, Eli, this is a California remark, you might want to stay tuned. It is a wonderful thing to be a 1st through 5th grader in California right now. Yeah, you want to know why? They cannot get kicked out of school. They cannot be suspended for giving the teacher any sort of crap at all.
That would have been nice.
I know, it's just like, I would have been a friggin' legend. That was terrible. Ugh, those guys. Man, what is wrong with your state? What is wrong with those guys? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna get political here. California. Now, it's funny because every Californian that comes in here, honest to God, I think the deal is they want to be Oregonian, so that kind of makes sense. So they're pretty cool by nature, aside from you, Eli. I don't know what happened to you. Your parents are cool, so I'm just hoping that turns around. But yeah, what a deal. What a deal to be a 1st through 5th grader. Okay. Golden pheasant. Black. It's a must-have. It is a must-have. You could use Lady Amherst right here. A friend and I were talking the other day. It's like, well, what's the difference between these two? And because I had thought I used to use Lady Amherst all the time, and now for whatever reason I'm using golden pheasant. The golden pheasant is a little bit stiffer, and so in this case I'm using this golden pheasant as a propping material, and so I want something that's relatively stiff. Okay. Ooh, so. What? Oh, that one ripped. That's a bummer. That one ripped on out of there. So we will pick a new one. Just leave that stem in there. It's not thick enough to worry about. You probably saw that better on camera than I did. Let's see here. Okay. It doesn't matter if this is huge. This is going to be definitely overshadowed by all the other cool material we're going to put on here. This is an ungodly expensive fly to tie. But every once in a while you just want to get a cool fly where this is going to be end up being a Rhea intruder, obviously. Okay. Man. If you are going to tie this fly, I would suggest you have a little bit longer piece of golden pheasant than that. But I'm out of my longer pieces, so we're going to go with this one. Again, it's going to be overshadowed, but okay. The next step is throw the Rhea on there, and we're not going to do it in a loop. We're just going to do it in chunks. I generally do most everything in a loop, but not for this one. We're just going to do it in chunks so that we can get a nice, we can spread it out nicely. And so I've got some Rhea here. This is from Fish Hunter. If you want some, we don't generally have, we don't have a ton of it because it's kind of hard to get a hold of. I'm gonna try to order some today, but anyways, come get it if you want it, or give us a call, or order it off of the old interweb, whatever. This intruder is meant to be long, so you know, when we talk about profile on a fly, I think most people generally think like, oh, that's got a big profile, and I think most people are thinking of the way it stands out in the water as far as just, you know, kind of bulk. This guy is going to have a skinnier profile, but it's going to be very long. So yeah, I'm just tying this in chunks and just trying to get it relatively the same length all around. And what you can do is you can kind of tie it in and just roll it with your thumb. Oh, you stay right there now. Beautiful, beautiful. There we go. And you can just tie the stems down. We're going to cover up this body. Good way to kind of taper your body. Okay, so I've got halfway done here. And I'm going to attempt to do the other half with one clump. Okay. I don't think the one clump is going to be enough though. Looking at it, I don't think it's going to quite work, but we'll give it a shot. Maybe. Fly tying night tonight. Come on down. Eli's gonna tie some sweet little winter trout bugs. I'm gonna tie, well, originally I think I said I was gonna tie a signature intruder, at old school intruder, but I don't know. I may tie the fish taco instead. Seems like a good idea. Okay, that's great. That's very secure, ready to go. Ready for the next step, which is Lady A. And my goal is, to have this be every bit as long as the Rhea. I was looking for my fly that I already tied as an example, but oh, there you are. Yeah. It's every bit as long. It's almost longer. So this Lady A, unfortunately for me, is going to be a little bit of a bear to work with. It has a little bit of curve to it. Better fly tires are probably laughing at me, but I just don't like the curve. It makes it a little difficult. Dude, this guy sucks. Oh, baby. There you go. There you go. Okay. Tie those two down. Two on top, two on the bottom. Boom, boom. Come on. Come on. So when they're curved like this, the goal is to get them to, there we go. Get them to their curve to kind of curve over, and it can be difficult. Most of them, you kind of have to get used to it because most of them are a little curved. Yeah, I am happy enough with that. All right, time for our body material to cover up all these impurities of the fly, which is mini fly flat braid. I use a lot of this stuff. It's easy to work with, and so I got a little knot in my mini fly flat braid. So it just, for that reason alone, I will use it. This is a long body, so it takes a decent amount of this stuff. So don't be stingy with the mini fly flat braid. Again, this is not a cheap fly. I generally tie flies that are relatively inexpensive. I even thought about putting some jungle cock on this, but I don't know. I'm gonna use it, and though I love jungle cock and it looks amazing, I don't believe it adds to the fly as far as fishiness. Sorry, everyone from Europe, but that's what I think. Okay, as I'm wrapping this, I'm going to be kind of tapering it a little bit. Matter of fact, I'm going to wrap through with my thread, even though this thread's so stinking skinny. Gonna add some more wraps to the back end because I can see the taper is a little off. Genuinely doesn't matter, but I see it, and my halfway picky eyes are struggling to deal with it. All right. Man, those poor teachers in California. Oh my goodness. What? That's gonna be a disaster. Oh, kids ruling the world. It's a beautiful thing for them. Sucks for parents and teachers, though. I tell you what, I would love to hear like a justification for that. If maybe there was too many suspensions, I don't really know. I just heard a blanket statement. But man, that just seems stupid. California, in my opinion, as much as I love the people, that government is a little wacky. Okay, long body. It's almost tapered well. Now we're gonna put in some fox. All right, we're gonna throw some fox in. Man, this fox is really good stuff, but it's really, it's a word I'm looking for here. Cut it first. It's pretty stiff fox. So when that happens, when you get some stiff stuff like this, the fibers like to really stick together, and they can kind of spin together, and then they can get wonky together, and it's a little harder to work with. The look is really cool, and you know, it's a prop obviously, so it's doing a job, but it takes a little bit of touch when you're spinning it. Okay, come on. There we go. That's what you want to see right there. Don't overspin it, otherwise you'll break your thread. Even though I have invincible thread on, I have broken it a couple times by overspinning. Okay. Oh man, this is looking pretty decent. This is looking better than the first time I did it. The wonders of editing video. Yeah. Wonderful thing.
Nobody will know that that was 5 hours ago.
Yeah, for real. Okay. And I think it's always good to be critical of oneself. And if you're asking me right now what's wrong with this fly, I would say there's a little more fox in it than what I'd like. Just a hair. I mean, man, just a hair. The first one I did was awesome. It was awesome. Unfortunately, there was no more room on the memory card before I started the fox, and of course we didn't know that. But yeah. We have our challenges with the video. If anybody tries to do this video stuff, yeah, good luck. It's not easy for a couple of idiots to do it. I'm sure it's easier for, smart people. But there's a couple of idiots in this fly shop. Namingly me, really, if I'm just being honest. Okay. Rhea. Large chunk of Rhea. In this I'm going to put in the loop. I'm going to measure it out. Look, decent amount of Rhea. Cool thing about Rhea is that it is, I don't, you could put a ton on, and I don't think you'd ever really kind of run into issues with bulk, because there's just, it's really wispy. It's really cool. So, yeah, I want it pretty long. I'm not gonna lie, I want it pretty long. This is long wispy fly. Again, really probably a wise thing to go ahead and use some wax in this case, especially with Rhea. Go. Spreading the Rhea out. Here we go. It's so much thinner than ostrich. I have way more strands of Rhea than I would ever do with ostrich right now, and it looks like when I'm spreading this out right now, it looks like there's less, but there's certainly not less. Less is more in most of fly tying, especially these intruder style flies. Less is more. I'm kind of moving this off to the side so it doesn't get caught in the fox. The fox, this particular fox is pretty, I've got it pretty long. No. Don't be getting in there. And this is a great example of when things get a little bit wonky. A bodkin in your hand is a great idea. No. If you've spun Rhea or Rhea and Lady Amherst or anything like that, it definitely takes a little bit of time. There we go. Whoa, it's a little faster than I wanted to go. And if you just continue to keep pressure on the just pinching it, then you can really kind of pace it how you want. Unfortunately, mine got a little bit whacked. This fly got a little bit whacked right away, so I'm just really taking my time. Go. Rhea is very, very wispy, so it likes to move around. Much more so than ostrich. Feels pretty good. There's one little short guy in there. Take him out of there. I was just cutting the excess a little bit. Oh yeah. Long, wispy, delicious. That's what we're all about. That's what we're looking for, ladies and gents. Awesome. Boy, that's, yeah, it's pretty sweet. All right. We're going with some Lady A. Kind of the idea behind this Lady A was to make it as long as possible. It's only as long as it wants to be though, so. That one curved a little bit on me. I'm going to turn that just a little bit. There we go. That'll work. Turn it. Okay. This Lady Amherst is a little bit difficult to get seated at times to where it turns the way you want it to. I mean, you can just throw it in there if you wanted to, but I like it to kind of roll over the you know, like this is kind of rolling over the material. In this case, the Rhea. And sometimes it'll just go right in like that one did. Although that's uneven. Dang it. And they'll stick together, so I'm putting them in clumps of 2. There we go. Okay. 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 Now you can throw your dumbbell eyes in there. Come on. This is such a big fly that you run right up against the edge of it, and if you wanted to tie this particular fly like this, you know, kind of this exact pattern, really the idea was long and wispy, and come on, and this tube is actually longer than the needle. Does it need to be? No. Does it look cool? Absolutely. I'm overdoing it with my... No, maybe I'm not. Was it? Getting in there. I thought I was overdoing it, but that dumbbell eye turned pretty quick when I put some pressure to it. Alright, so we're just going to finish tying these bad boys in. Do a little figure 8 action. Alright, almost done. I'm just going to throw a couple of pieces of flash on there. And really, if you had one thing of flash that you were going to buy, Opal Mirage, what is this? Is this the 1/69th or 16th? Do you remember?
Yeah, it's the 169th lateral scale.
Yes. It's not Opal Mirage. I don't know what I was talking about. It's lateral scale. Anyhow, 1/69th lateral scale for all your steelhead needs. And that's a pretty cool thing. I put it on the dumbbells, and then I'll finish the fly with a with some loon flow. It looks really cool. All right, schlopping. Here we go. I like a little longer piece of schlopping for a fly like this, if I can get it. Schlopping really likes to come unbuttoned, so really put the pressure on her. Oh, come on now. guy's twisting on me big time. Good night. Come on. Twisty guy, twisty, twisty, twisty. Never had so many problems wrapping freaking schlopping before. It just wants to turn. A smart tire would just give up on this piece and move on. But I just really like this piece of slop, and I'm just hoping that it eventually wants to cooperate. Come on. There we go. It's doing it. It's doing it. Like the last wrap. Oh my goodness. Got that stem. Tie it down real good. The schlopping fibers will stick to each other, so just comb them out, brush them out, dubbing brush or whatever you got. Cool, cool, cool. I'm not super happy with that piece of schlopping and how it treated me there. Not cool. Okay. We're gonna whip finish her as soon as I find my whip finish tool. You got one over there? We can quickly. Perfect. Perfect. There's a lot of professionalism in this video, I feel like. A lot of just, you know, you can tell we really got our crap together. It's good. It's good. Thank you for that whip finisher, Eli. Okay. Don't be afraid to whip finish several times. Or at least 3. One more cool little plug. Tungsten scissors. Oh my goodness. They're not cheap, I'm not gonna lie. But they are by far the best scissors I have ever had in my life. Alright. Just gonna cut that just a little bit, cut the tube just a hair, and I'm gonna burn that bad boy, mushroom it out. Put it on there backwards, kind of expand it a little bit. Put it back on there. Flow. Cure that, and you, right there, you've got a pretty cool monster intruder pattern.